man fighting physically,
It's okay,
what
we
chance
understand that.
does she have?
Unless she's a Rika.
Woo! It was just a point though. That is
Hi guys, it's yet another episode. I think it's episode 27. My name is Austin Kinda.
and my name is Yota Tina. Today we'll be talking about, even before we go there, how are you? Like, how are you doing?
Let me answer on your behalf. We're all fine. We're all good. We thank God. By the way, as we start, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. We really appreciate your support. So I think today we're doing something about Gen Z. You know, it's a Gen Z thing, and
Gen Z.
to some point it's like it's a Gen Z. Not just it's something for the young people. So I feel like whatever we're going to say, as a Gen Z, this is your time to learn something. Here to raise up Colombia. So what are we talking about today?
Our topic today is what we've learned so far. Like,
So far,
the far we've come in life. What have you learned? So, like, we have some of our own. So this is a disclaimer. These are our own lessons, and maybe it can apply to you because we are of the same age group. I can say,
Yeah.
like, age group hatujachana sana, and also what we've seen. I guess mmeona, like, we don't have infants here.
And by the way, niko na Mwakenya hapa, so I'm trying to. So don't worry, it's my Mwakenya, so that I don't forget my points. Yeah. So okay, life has a fun way of teaching us lessons, right?
Yeah.
And you never know when you're learning something until something happens. Then it's when you know that, oh, it was a lesson. And we have had so many experiences in life, and some of these things that probably we're going to talk about today are going to help you as a person understand where you are at as who you are. That is one. Then it will help you in maneuvering your way around life and making proper and informed decisions.
Yeah, because maybe we have a younger person, a person who is younger than us, that is, and maybe what I've seen can help you, like, okay, so I'm not the only one. It is relatable, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to kick off this show today, or this episode, by saying that what I've learned from life is that it gives us multiple chances. The problem is we never see that this is an opportunity. Let me give a story. So there's a friend of mine that I know. This person has been getting jobs so many times. So he works. Today he's working at a particular place. After 3 months, he doesn't have a job. So you expect him to stay for long. He stays for around 2 weeks. Gets another job. 3 months again, no job. That way. So for me, I feel like he has so many opportunities and he doesn't know how to actually help himself or herself. I don't want to tell you the exact. Start to specify the gender. So yeah, life offers you multiple opportunities. The problem is you don't know when it is the opportunities right in front of you. You're like, oh, it's in your life too. Things happen.
But I feel like when we have so many opportunities and we don't use them or we don't see them, it's like a mechanism that comes in, I would say, like, naturally, because it is like self-sabotaging. Because, you know, for example, you've given a true example, like it's a life story, right?
Yeah.
A person who gets a job, but then I waste your opportunity and I lose job. Then he goes back to, when he loses the job, he goes back to sulking, right?
Yeah.
He's like, oh my God, I don't have a job, I don't have money.
But
so like when he gets the job, he wastes the opportunity again. I feel like that is self-sabotage.
Funny enough is that this person has never ever shown some sort of, kazi imepotea. No. This person knows very well that God will open opportunities. But so his problem or her problem is that he or she doesn't want to use these opportunities when they come, never saves, never does anything. What they think about is shere.
But I feel like sense of responsibility is missing. Because
Yeah.
if you find such a person, he's housed, right? He's sheltered, he's clothed. He can even have three meals in a day even if he doesn't have a job. That's the problem. Because if you find a person out there when he has a job, they know very well, if I lose this job, I
Yeah.
won't have food, I won't be sheltered, I won't be having clothes. So like that's a sense of responsibility.
But again, we can also miss to see opportunities based on how we were brought up. You know, there are these people
very
who are
true.
spoon-fed, given everything. Unataka chocolate? Chukua pale. Unataka hii? Just go and take. That one can also make us lose so many opportunities. Yet, life is giving us opportunities to be better people. And not about the job peke yake. It can give you opportunities to actually be, how do you say it? To be a good person. Maybe you're doing so many wrong things.
Yeah.
And it keeps on giving you opportunities to change. But for example, let me use this example, though it might look like Nimbaya, but a thief. Each and every time you go and steal your coat, but you're never killed.
You're not caught.
You're caught, yes, but you're never killed. They forgive you.
Okay.
As a person, so you should just sit down and make the decision. Tell yourself,
You'll never steal again.
let me stop stealing, because each and every time these people get me, they leave me evil. Partner.
But I feel like everyone has this opportunity each and every day, because if you wake up in the morning, that's a new day.
Yeah, that's an opportunity.
I mean, you can do better. You can do much more in the morning, or you have a whole 24 hours. So I feel like everyone, if you are a victim of wasting your time, you should find your most productive time and expound on it, explore it or whatever. Then ukifika masaa yako ya usingizi, sherehe, ikwe a little percentage, not like at 90% of 24 hours you're just out there partying. They have consequences,
Yeah.
right?
So the thing is,
Yeah.
life offers us opportunities.
Mhm.
We're just blind to see that this is an opportunity.
Yeah.
So that is my first point.
Yeah, maybe we've tagged Ashiro out there. So if you have opportunities, kindly use them. And I would emphasize that a new day is an opportunity
Yeah,
enough.
that's an opportunity on its own.
Yeah. So my first point is where our ladies, women are the weaker gender. No matter how much we try to find a seat on the table of decisions, or even getting a say on, I'll just say even decision making, that is number one. Number two, the cases of femicide.
Yeah.
We protested, right? But after the protest, there were 2 ladies who were found dead.
Yeah.
Like, naturally, we are the ones who have to bear the consequences. Because I feel like no matter how much we go out there and tell these men, stop killing us, no amount of, or no mistake deserves a death sentence. I feel like it will always happen because we are the weaker gender. Hata tukikuweka wewe mwanamke upigane na mwanaume, do you stand a chance? Do we? I feel like we are naturally the weaker gender, and sisi ni lastborns wa Mungu. So as lastborns, we need to take care of ourselves, as delicate as we are, because first of all, we need to accept it. We are the weaker gender. What can I do to protect myself as the weaker gender? Avoid such places. Number 2, I need to be working hard. On the case of, I saw a meme, on the case of financial issues in marriages or relationship. So I saw a meme, it was saying, so you expect us ladies to cook, wash, give babies, give birth, go to workplace, bring the money, cook the food, serve it on the table, while the guys only go out there and bring the food and bring the money and come back and sit down. Like, it showed me that we have more responsibilities. In as much as, okay, our responsibilities revolve around the walking and the stewards and doing this, doing that, more physical. But as for you hold a lot of responsibilities spiritually, because naturally you're the head of the house, right? So if a woman would even want to stand and say femininity, masculinity, yes, it exists, but femininity, masculinity will never stand a chance against masculinity itself. So I feel like it's a fact, no matter how much we try to prove it. I mean, why are we even trying so hard to prove that we are people? Like, we are just the weaker gender. Yeah. So like making peace with it is not like at sasa mimi ni mnyonge. No, I have my own strengths, but as women, we are the weaker gender. I don't know if you understand me.
What I actually don't really get is where the part of paying bills comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Get this, the society is the one making things to look like as a lady you're supposed to do all that. When you go to these whites, their houses, it's not like everything is left for the lady.
Yeah.
They can both cook, they can both wash, they both can go to work. But as an African setup, what do? It's the lady is supposed to be doing this.
Yeah.
So when we say, okay, yeah, the ladies might be the weaker gender, but again, I must say that life has also taught me that some of the choices that they make them the weaker gender.
Weaker gender, yeah.
That is one thing I've learned. So what they should know is when they make some decisions, they should first analyze the consequences and the outcomes of the decision, so that no one tells them that, okay, you're weak. When it comes to the protests and everything, the problem is the society doesn't really care about what men feel.
Yeah.
If you go and protest, even if you go and protest, no one will listen to us. Even if you're being killed, no one talks about us. But because it's your gender, the weaker gender, as per your words, they will go to the streets. They'll talk about it. So I feel like, yes, it's true that the weaker gender, and that is because of the society perception and some of the decisions that these ladies make. There's these women who are very strong. They don't care if you're a man or
not.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. What I'm saying is that most of the times you will find women who, I don't know how to say it without looking or seeming or sounding offensive. I don't know if someone can really understand me, because I'm not trying to be a person who is against feminism. I feel like we are more sensitive in terms of emotions, no matter how hard we try.
In terms of emotions, it's true, you're sensitive. Yeah. That one I agree. But when it comes to other things,
intelligence I can give the women. For intelligence, I would give the women. But now let's say a woman and a man fighting physically.
It's okay,
what chance does she have?
Unless she's a Rika.
It was just a point though. That is my own perception. If you have something different, I appreciate it absolutely. I'm not dismissing, but what I'm saying is that I just feel like that's a lesson learned. Yeah, no matter what you go through as a lady, it feels like you're the one who will always pay for the crimes. You'll always, like, I just don't know. Like, the society is not favoring us. That is it.
Great. So another thing that I've learned is that respect and humility can open doors for someone. This is something that I've learned. You never know when opportunities come. You never know when the doors open. But when you're respectful, when you're so humble, they'll just come on their own. From experience, you see, you say hi to someone, you actually, it's like, whenever they are talking, you give them that opportunity to talk. Whenever they are sharing their opinions, you respect their opinions. Whenever, whenever maybe life has given you a lot of things, I think it's money and you're stable, but still, you're down on earth to a point that no one knows that you're rich. It opens doors for you. You'll get so many opportunities, so many. For example, you're in school, you just say hi to the lecturer and your hard work, then you're really ready to learn from them. Do you know that maybe a lecturer can connect you with someone that might be the road to your success.
Oh yeah.
You never know how they come. So when you're respectful, when you're humble, it opens a lot of
But
opportunities.
let's give it just discipline.
Yeah, just being disciplined. That is something that I've learned, and I've seen it. Well, Kiziyamo, you're being rude and you're being arrogant and ignorant and all that stuff.
It doesn't really help.
It won't help you. Be humble,
I
be
can
respectful,
attest to
be
you that
disciplined.
I can attest to you, or even add on to what you're saying, is that courtesy doesn't cost you anything. Like, you can talk back at someone, but what do you gain from it? I just feel like you're just adding more fuel to the fire. Why not just be kind and let the fire die? Like your story, Shivo. You don't even have to talk. You don't have to. I know at times I talk, but it doesn't cost you nothing to be
So,
courteous.
dear ladies, the ones who usually
Even
want
men.
to talk, dear ladies,
If-
the men who but before man talks, you have triggered a lot of.
But not
things.
all are like that.
Wait.
Wale mpiaro. Have you ever met a man who just likes talking?
We have such people, but I was talking to sisters,
Okay.
and yeah. So dear ladies, at times you don't have to talk about everything. Just keep quiet. Dear bros and men who like talking anything and everything, at times just keep quiet. You don't have to react to everything.
Okay.
Humble yourself. Humble yourself and humble yourself. You never know. You never know who you're talking to. Maybe that be your success. Yeah, how do you call it? Your success path. I don't know. I don't know the exact
Your
words to
destiny
use.
helper.
Yeah, destiny helper. Probably that is the best English.
Oof.
Your destiny helper. Alafu, you're there just talking and throwing words left, right, and center. Please be respectful.
And that's how you just kill
Yeah.
your destiny. In as
That's how
much
you
as
close the doors.
God is God. That's how you close the doors. Then you have to be praying for another.
But don't worry, life gives you multiple chances.
Okay.
But be humble, it opens doors. Yeah.
So that was it. My point is, you have to back yourself up. You have to be your biggest cheerleader.
Exactly.
You have to believe in yourself. For you to ever feel like you can do something in this life, you don't have to have people. I'm not saying that it is not good to have that support system, but what happens if there's no support system for you? What happens if you're the only one who can see where you want to go? If you're the only one who can see the doors that are just about to open, or the doors that you want to open, what happens? Does it mean that your dream is dead? No, it means that you have to stand for yourself, you have to back yourself up. You have to be your mentor, you have to be your own worker, you have to be your own servant, you have to be your own PA. Like, it's just like you playing a lot of roles for yourself, because it will do you good. It will do you good.
So life after God, you're your biggest supporter, your biggest fan, your biggest motivation
Yeah.
after God.
Yeah, after
So let me just be honest with you. The thing is, if you want to be successful, keep pushing yourself. You know, whenever people go out to work out and go to the gym, it's that self-drive that will make you go there each and every day, and it will actually make you see changes in your body if you're going to the gym. If you can't self-motivate yourself,
if you can't motivate
if you
yourself.
can't motivate yourself, I was trying to fix my own words, but if you can't motivate yourself, if you can't drive yourself, then you don't achieve anything,
Yeah.
because you are your biggest support system. That's it. Because when you tell yourself I am beautiful, when you tell yourself I am able to do something,
I am worthy.
yeah, it's so easy for you to continue doing it. So my other point is that you can never learn if you don't make mistakes. That is something that I've learned from life. True story. You can never learn if you don't make mistakes. For example, what can I say? You start a business, then maybe you don't have anyone to help you. You know, before you get to being successful, you'll make a lot of mistakes. There's a point where you'll make losses. There's a point where you'll make risky decisions that are very wrong. You lose things, and still you have to continue. There's a point where you'll have friends who will be subtracting from you, and for you to make such friends, it's a personal decision, because you know the type of friends that you have. Now, once you've known them, for you to continue having these negative friends, it's a personal decision. Though I'm not saying that you must do it intentionally so that you learn from it. Though we learn from the mistakes that we make. Hata, for example, as a baby, before you start walking, utaanguka mara 1000, si ndio?
Yeah.
It's like you're learning from it. You are learning from your failures. I tried the first time, it didn't happen. Continue trying. So I've learned that we learn from the simple mistakes and failures that we make. And that's how life is. Before you get to where you want to, you'll make a lot of mistakes along the way. You'll fail 1,000 times. But what will make you continue doing whatever you're doing is when you learn from whatever you've done wrong. Yeah.
But I feel like the better side of making mistakes is that when you make a mistake, you shouldn't condemn yourself or feel like you're being too hard on yourself. I've seen so many people do that, and it ends up like the story just falls back to self-sabotage again, because like you are not trusting yourself again. You're not trusting yourself with yourself again. It's like you're putting your trust in someone else to be putting you in the correct way. Like, okay, I know you're getting what I'm saying, but my words are mixed up. Like, you're not trusting yourself with yourself. You want someone else to be doing the work for you. You want someone else to be guiding you, mentoring you. How does someone mentor you if you don't mentor yourself? I mean, do a mistake and forgive yourself.
Yeah. So again, and it's even from the Bible. You don't have to dwell on your past. You know, when you make a mistake, be sure that, okay, we all make mistakes. After making that mistake, continue with life. Because when you stick with your past, you will never move. Yeah. That is one thing that people never know. You can kill a lot of things by sticking with the simple mistake that you forgive yourself and move on. That's just it.
I read a beautiful verse. We read a beautiful verse in church, and I was like, wow, so really? So it's written, I think it's in the book of Corinthians or Revelations or James, between the three. The pastor was saying that, it's not the pastor, it was a guest speaker. He was saying that, she was saying that there is no condemnation of your heart. Like, God is above the condemnation of your heart. So if you believe in God, no matter what your heart tells you that you are a sinner, believe in what God says. And what does God say? God speaks good of people. Yeah. It's a good verse. So like, don't see yourself like, oh, I'm a sinner. You're not a sinner. God's word is bigger than your heart.
Learn from whatever mistake that you make and move on. That's just it. Yeah.
Yeah, so my next point, this one you will laugh, or maybe it will look weird, but love is not enough. It is just not. It is just not.
True story.
There has to be a lot of things that comes with love. Like, yes, love is kind, love is patient, it sees no evil, blah, blah, blah. But why is it not seeing any evil? Because it is perseverant, right? You get me, like, it's patient. So there's patience, there's perseverance, there's loyalty, there's friendship. There's a lot of things in love. So, like, love is not enough. Like, you just say, I love this person till forever. The work, it is just hectic.
You see, love also requires that you do other things. For example, you communicate, you share opinions and all that. Because I can't just come and tell you, open and leave it at that point. That is just a word. There are things that you need to do actually to make it have a meaning.
The action.
Yeah, so many things that people do. You have to communicate, you have to just be patient, be generous, be kind, respectful, and sharing opinions. I mean, the efforts that you put will actually determine what type of love you have. If it's the one that I love you, I love you, I love you, it ends there, or the one that I say ni kusema na kutenda.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Love is love, but love.
Love
is not
isn't
enough in this world of right now. Yeah.
So another thing that life has taught me is that everyone's star is aligned differently. What we need is just to wait for the right time. I'll explain. You might be in your 20s, very successful. You might be in your 40s, you're still grappling with everything but life for you to make ends meet. You might be in your 70s, is when now you're making your millions. What am I saying? That people are aligned differently. The stars are aligned differently. Your destiny isn't my destiny. When my time comes, then I'll get whatever I wanted. It's just like death. We never die at the same time. It comes differently.
And we're not born at the same time.
We're not born at the same time. Because we serve different purposes in life. So our opportunities are different. This is the first time I'm saying this year. That your fingers
are not the same.
So I might be making my millions today, and you want to compete with me. Competition won't help you. Your time will come when you'll be making your millions. Probably you'll be making billions. You'll be richer than I am, or you'll be successful more than I am. So what we need is to wait for the right time. That is something that I've learned from life. Right? We are not the same. Our stars are not aligned the same. We just need to be patient till the right time comes.
In the line of wealth, I'd like to say that quick money kills you faster.
I learned something. That fast success will teach you to be arrogant.
Oh, yeah.
And will teach you to have ego in corporate too. But the slow success will teach you to be patient, will teach you to be humble, and it will teach you to be appreciative. Because now you know whatever you've gone through to actually attain or earn the success that you have. Because you went through it.
That would have been the major message to Gen Z. Like, you don't have to be successful at 20 I want to be earning my money, at 30 I want to be stable. It doesn't happen for everyone at that point, because I feel like when you trust yourself and you want to work hard, you want to do something for yourself, it will really take a long time, because it's like we are building the foundation. Why does the foundation take so much time compared to the building itself?
The building itself will take a short period, but the foundation is very important.
Yeah.
So Gen Z, my people, our stars are not aligned the same. What we need to understand is when the right time comes, we'll get whatever we want.
You'll get your share.
Yeah. We usually say that liandikawalo halifutike, right?
Yeah.
So if it was written you'll be rich at 30. You'll definitely be rich.
Actually,
at 30. If only you work hard.
Yeah, and
you believe.
Yeah, and you keep working. Like you're hoping it will come one day. There's this content creator I've been telling you about her. She's Fumi. I've been talking about her for a while. And Fumi actually started to get her collaborations at 50. She had started YouTube, I think, at 35. She got married at the age of 40. She did an IVF, I think, at 43. Like, vitu kwake zimekuja at their own time. Like, she didn't have the pressure of, at 30, I need to be married. I want to do this, I want to do... So imagine if you force your issues, then you want to get married at 30. Now, Mungu aliandika at 35 is when you will be married. You'll have your kids at 43. Now, imagine the kind of mistakes you would have made. And the regret and...
Regret.
God.
So, just be patient. Your time will come.
My other point is that grooming is important. How you groom yourself. Girl, your hair, your nails. How do you wear your inner wears, like the bra and the pants? how you match them up with your attires, it's very important. Like, you don't want to go out there. I don't know why I cringe at panty lines. Like, even when I imagine myself having a panty line, I'm like, inaonekana. It's just, oh my god. I can't stand panty lines. I don't know about you, but myself, panty lines. Hey, I just feel like I've just exposed myself too much. So I feel like it's very important to dress the way you want to be addressed.
How you dress will actually determine how you're being addressed.
Yeah.
How you dress will determine the respect that you get.
Mm-hmm.
So Gen Zs, again, I don't want to talk to Gen Zs. There's a way that we usually do our things, and we think that it's swag. We think that it's, how do you call it? It's vibe. It's flexing. It's, you see, in as much as it's all that, it might be all that. But the question is, do you know the consequences? Do you know the outcomes of whatever you're doing? Today, you might see me dressed in a suit, and you're like, oh, amechoka kilu jamaa jielewi.
Ameanza kuzeeka.
It's not kuzeeka. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, when we are offered a job, we umevaa jeans, ragged and all that stuff. Mimi nimevaa that one. I'll be more serious. Hata kama uko na qualifications kuniliko, nitachukuliwa. Why?
The presentation.
My dressing actually talks a lot about me. I'm not saying that it's bad. You can dress the way you want, but again, is it decent? There's a difference. By the way, there was a time we had some disagreement with some people about dressing. The word was decent, presentability. Actually, it was presentability.
Oh my god.
People usually misunderstand the word being presentable and wearing official clothes.
Yeah.
My friend, being presentable is just know whatever how you've dressed. Is it something that when
like
I see
you can go before people and
Yeah.
not be ashamed?
That is being presentable.
Yeah.
So again, I have a problem with this man Machali about I don't know how to call them. You're wearing a short, it's way above your knee, and you're walking on CBD.
It's above halfway your thigh.
It's above, way above.
I mean, those are gym shorts. But anyway, I'm not saying it's bad, but if
But
you're
how you
comfortable
dress,
in them,
what I've learned is that how you dress, actually, your point, how you dress talks a lot about you.
yeah.
And at times we ask ourselves, why do other some bad things happen to other people? You see, how you dress can do a lot of things. Recently, I was watching something. There was a lady who was actually stripped naked. Someone.
Pipeline.
Yeah, I don't know what the exact place. I usually don't like quoting places because I might quote the wrong information.
Okay.
So this lady alikuwa stripped, and the reason was actually she had dressed like actually. So for her, I don't know where the problem was, but again, what I'm trying to say is how you dress can bring a lot of how do you call it? Can bring a lot of perceptions about yourself, about you.
Yeah, but again, I would say that if she dressed like a guy, it means that she covered herself up. I wouldn't really blame her. I would just blame the people who saw her and thought of her as.
But again, as Africans, we are also fighting.
LGBTQ.
Thank you. For me, let me just be honest. I'm against it. Adam nifanye nini? I'm against that because.
But I feel like dressing is.
Dressing ni sawa. What I'm against is the LGBT thing. So people might have thought that maybe, I don't know, alikuwa mmoja wao. But what I'm saying is dress like you own the bank, not like you want
to borrow cash.
Exactly. Your dressing talks a lot.
So yeah. What's your point?
My other thing is that at some point in life we need someone to talk to. Guys, depression is something that is real. People are dying out here because of depression. At some point you just have to talk to someone. And when you don't talk to someone, you can fight all your battles alone.
Oh yeah, that's true.
In as much as we say that in prayer you can fight them. After with
God
the
is
prayer,
our only confidant. You need to.
God will send people will send people. If you don't want to talk to them, then God will look at you. Then when you die, you ask God, "Mbona hukunitumia watu?" God will just tell you, "I sent people." Wewe mwenyewe, you never saw it. So at some point in life, we need to open up to someone that we trust. Hata kama it's not someone we know, you can go to the therapist. I say that.
By the way, I got the contact of a person who is offering free therapy. So it's Red Cross. I think it's free. Yeah, you can even call the line and it's like free of charge. You can just call them, talk to them.
So is their number something that we can share?
Yeah, we can. I'll get it then. We can put it.
We'll share it at the end of the video. We'll share it. So at some point you need someone to talk to. Ask yourself, why do people commit suicide? Because they're fighting a lot of battles in their minds and they feel like they're islands, they can't talk about it. I usually say therapy is not for the rich peke yake. Therapy is for everyone.
White people problem.
My friend.
Therapy.
Hata sisi wa Africa, we need someone to talk to. We need someone to open up to. And you know, when you open up to someone or when you open up and talk about something, you'll feel relieved. And you'll be like, and once you do that, keep talking. When you keep talking to someone, it opens opportunities and doors for you. Now you feel like, okay, I feel like I'm light son, I can do a lot of things in life. You know what? Then you continue with your life.
Yeah, I can tell you for sure that getting a friend and okay, I got a friend, and this friend offered to be my shrink. You know, a shrink is like a therapist. But there's a difference of a therapist friend or a therapeutic friend and emotional dumping. Emotional dumping is like you call someone and you just rant on the phone, you rant, then you don't give them the chance to, it's like you're lifting the weight of emotions that you have, and you put them heavy on them, and you don't give them that chance of like letting it out. Because I understand that if I tell you something that I'm going through, you will also develop the same emotion, because we're emotional beings, right? We'll almost, or maybe if my shoe fits you, you will put yourself in my shoe and feel like, wow, this is what you're going through. So this is what you should do it. I feel like this is. So if I don't give you that chance of you telling me or advising me on what to do or which way forward, that is emotional dumping. Like you're just calling someone, you rant, and then you tell them, okay, I gotta go, bye. You've left that person with a lot of emotions, a lot of thoughts, and it's unhealthy for them.
Then we have this one, it's called bestie and all that stuff. My friend.
Those ones are
you have to be careful who you're talking to, because you might be talking to someone, then all they're saying is sex opportunity. Yeah. So you're talking to someone, you're opening up to someone, because now you're vulnerable to them, and they are seeing, okay, now they are weak. This is the opportunity.
Oh, very true.
So not everyone, know people who you're talking to. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. My next point is that financial literacy is important. It is very important.
Explain.
At this age, everyone is rich. Everyone is rich. How do you get airtime even when you don't have money?
I don't even know.
Yeah, but you get airtime, right? When you want it, you get it. So I feel like financial literacy is knowing how much you spend in a month, knowing how much you should be saving, being aware of what you're spending it on. Is it worthy? Like I would say, like spending lavishly is not good for your financial life. So I feel like the more you're aware about how much money comes into you, how much you let go as expenses, how much do you save? It is very important to save. Very important. I can tell you that's a lifesaver. At times you can even save mpaka usahau hiyo account hata ime exist. Then you're like, ile siku umeshikana, you're like, now I will get money. You're like, oh, so I saved some money. You see, it's a lifesaver. It's a lifesaver. So it's very important for you to be aware of your financial habits. Don't waste money, because I can tell you for sure you are rich. But how you're spending your money is hapo ndio kuna question mark. You'll find a person who can even afford to buy original Air Max shoes. They are spending their money on what? going out, drinks, girls, going where, quiver, those hangouts. That is why you spend most of your money, because how much is Chrome? I don't even know, but I know it's expensive. But you manage to drink like 3 bottles every weekend. Now imagine, now times that to a month. That's a lot of money. A lot of money.
So we have 3 types of people in this world. We have the economizers, the frugal ones, and the the spendthrifts.
You've not put misers there. Misers are people who have, but they can't spend it on themselves. They're selfish. Frugal are people who are careful.
Yeah, they're very careful of how they're spending.
Then the spendthrifts are like money comes, melts.
Then the economizers, which now comes into your point, that these people they just don't want to do things, and even if they have to do it, atatoa pesa kidogo tu.
Now these people that I hear that you want to buy 3 eggs. Then you want to eat 3 eggs for, I don't know, 1 week. What is that?
But then let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story.
That's being a miser.
Now let me tell you a story. Story time.
Please do.
There's a neighbor of mine. I'm just being honest. There's a neighbor of mine that lives with 3 other people. Goes to the shop, buys 1 egg, and this 1 egg is supposed to be shared among this. So now they're forced, because 3 at home plus the person. Then they want to eat 1 egg, 4 people. Then they sleep. Like, it's 1 egg and tea. If they're buying that bread, the loaf, the big loaf.
400 or?
Yeah, the 400. Let me use, that is the smallest one, the largest.
It's the medium one.
So 400 grams. That one can go for 1 week, and they're still living. So I'm usually like, God gave you money to go and buy that one, and then you want to control how you, my friend, use it. But it doesn't mean now you also must spend. So there's a daughter that usually comes, and when she comes, she tells her that 1 egg is little for 1 person. You need to have 2 or 3. Yeah.
That one. She is okay. 2 or 3 for 1 person. I feel like 3 is extravagant. Like now you're living the life. You want to eat 3 eggs.
The people will eat 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I won't judge them. That's my own perception. I feel like 2 is enough for a person.
But the point is 2, 3.
No boiled eggs.
So the thing is, the people wachoyo watu kwao wenyewe at 1 egg you want to eat. As 1 person, 1 egg you want to eat 3 days. My friend, if you don't want to eat, just go and starve yourself.
Now, what do you call a person who gives money to other people but they cannot spend it on themselves? You want to be the lender,
This is just people.
but you can't buy yourself something.
You see, even the Bible tells us, love your neighbors the way you love yourself. So, mbona nikupatie if I can't do it for myself? Okay,
but something I can tell my ladies, my girls, spend money on yourself, not lavishly, but treat yourself so well that when a guy comes into your life, they know that, oh, you love your perfumes, you love your chocolates. So like, if he wants to do something for you, he won't do it the way you would do it for yourself. He will do it more like, okay, she does this for herself, so it's normal, it's basic. So I will add something onto you. So
about the financial literacy, let me just now give my opinion, story time. So when it comes to this, we are rich. Just like she said, we are rich. Yeah. When you look at our M-Pesa statements for a whole month, my friend, we spend 500,000, but you don't know how you spend it. You don't know how. So the thing is, when you have money, please be very careful on what you spend it on. You can have money and you don't care about the price tags, but doesn't mean that you don't look at whatever thing you buy. At some point, it might be the sole reason as to why now you're becoming poor and poorer. Why? Because you just want to spend because you don't want to look at the tax. Yes, work so hard that you don't have to look at the price tags. Yes. But be very careful of whatever you're buying. Will it bring value to your life?
At times we buy things that we don't necessarily need. just look at what you're buying and you can just be like, okay, I can cut down these expenses. Come on, Jafika point,
Let me
you're
ask
like,
you a
I need to
question.
cut down my expenses.
Let me ask you a
Sure,
question.
sure.
You have windows in your house, right? Then you buy, what do you call it? Fan. So, is this fan really important? Really, really important? Yet you have windows that can bring air in. Then,
The fan is a luxury.
exactly,
Yeah.
not so important.
Yeah, not so important because it
But
is
you can
wasting
have
my
it.
token.
Thank you. And this fan, is it used during cold season? You have windows, you can use windows.
How many hours of the day do you use a fan?
So yeah,
12, like it's half day because I have never seen a place where fan in our unless it's Mombasa, unless it is very hot in your place.
But the thing
a
is-
place like Nairobi,
But be very
maybe
careful,
Joto maybe.
but then
But
Nairobi has
not-
been hot.
But not so much, not for a long time. At Sasa, you will be using a fan
Yeah.
the whole day, the whole night. Girl, don't you work out?
So
Okay, give us your next point.
my second last point is
Second-
yes.
No, I thought you had 8.
Don't worry, I have so many points. It can be second last depending on
Okay.
how. So my other point is that this one I've learned, and I don't know if you've learned it, but it's something that we all see.
Maybe I have.
So people will always celebrate your life, will always celebrate you, will always know you once you're dead. But when you need their help, when you're alive and you need their help, it's like they don't know you, it's just a few people. I usually say, if people were given the opportunity to die and come back and see the people who are at their burials, my friend, you'll be surprised. People only care about you and love you 100% when you are dead.
No, they don't love you 100%.
They
I feel
lie.
Like it's this notion of, oh, I knew her.
They just know
I
you when
knew
you're
her.
dead. So my question
She
is,
was my
this is something I've
friend.
learned. Because usually, by the way, I usually don't attend funerals. I don't know why, I don't go to burials and all that stuff. But the few times I've gone to such places, there are faces that you see, and you hear the family talking about it. They're like, "Tulimwombo Saidizi, they didn't give it to us, but look at them right now." And by the way, true story, I've seen family. An aunt of mine, she actually pledged to help
School fees.
yeah, it's those some things, and I was like, and right now she's like my grandma. So my grandma had like her daughter died, so another aunt said that she'll be helping her now that the daughter is dead. She'll be helping her every month. Believe me, it has never happened. It has never. It's been 5 years since it happened, but hajawahi msaidia. We pretend to love people, we pretend to care when someone is dead. It's like when you're planning your wedding, 1,000 people will come. 2 weeks later, when you have there's trouble in paradise, we're the first people to go and say, huko sisi ndo tuliwapa pesa. Ni sisi tulifanya hivi. We're the first people to talk ill about you. So it's just that we can't come back after we are dead. But if we had the opportunity to come back and see the pretense that is there, my friend, you know your true friends. People lie. So I've learned that people will only love you when you're dead and care about you when you're dead and make empty promises like politicians when you're dead. But go high. You said as well, you'll never get the way you want it. That's something that I've learned. So when you have true friends, keep them. The little friends that you have, wadogo wale ntoje, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can count. Have them. These are the people who will help you and help your family when you're not there. But our million ones, I have.
Funny enough, my next point is in line with what you're saying. People can clap you to your grave. People can clap you to your grave, darling. I don't know, like only God knows the heart of a human being. I don't know to do moaje, but we have a lot of emotions, we have a lot of thoughts in our hearts. Like you can be successful, someone can clap for you. but their hearts are not genuine.
True.
They are not genuine. But how will you know if you're not praying every day, if you're not vigilant with the kind of people you keep close? I feel like it's a gift for those people who can sense the slightest change in energies of people when you're successful.
Let me just be honest. Red flags in a hapo each and every day, but we never see them. We assume.
Or we make excuses for them.
Actually, it's just this one time. Oh, it's just this one time. No, there must be a problem. Let me be honest. At times, you think someone is a friend. Kumbe that person is the one who is going behind your back. Na anakuharibia kila kitu. You ask why your husband has changed. It's your friend who is now replacing you, pole pole, your deputy. You ask yourself, why are things not going vizuri like before? Kumbe, I don't know if they really happen. Kumbe ni mtu alichukua picha yako akaweka ndani ya chupa fulani akafunga nika hapo. Because there are people who use these things. Though I never believe that they happen. Because, okay, I'm a strong believer of the power of prayer.
Like you can see them happen, but you don't believe them for yourself.
So, the thing is, si binadamu wote wazuri. And by the way, something I've learned is that words that come out of people's mouth can be very, very dangerous. Well, hey, this is what I'm telling you. Because you're with someone right now, nakwambia, sorry, nini. They go behind your back and start saying, ule nani kumbe anajifanyanga, sijui nini. These words. And when someone else comes and tell you, nani alisema hivi kuhusu, you now feel like, ule mjamaa, you're now not motivated, you start losing hope, you start giving up because of people's words. Then, kidogo depression. Kiasi kamba. Watu wanauliza uko wapi?
Okay.
So,
next point.
My next point, maybe second last point.
Yeah, the second last, right?
Yeah, this is the second last. Is that nowadays, there are things that you're never taught in a classroom.
Definitely.
Respect, being humble, gratitude, kindness, generosity, and
mercy.
Exactly, something that is in line with that. The things you never taught in class. No one will ever teach you how to like, okay, let me use this example. Sijui kama ita work. At times you see people wanatembea huku wamejikunja hivi, sio? Are you ever taught to walk like that?
No.
You never taught, sio? It's the same way. No one teaches you how to respect people. You'll be told, respect people. You're never taught how to do it. Like your parents tell you.
I feel like you're just told how to carry yourself and how to treat people.
Yeah, that's it.
But you're not taught how to respect people.
You're never taught how to exactly do it.
Yeah.
So there are things you'll never be taught in class. Life can humble you, my friend. At times you're told, be humble, be humble. No one will tell you this is how you're supposed to be, or this is how you're supposed to do things, so as to be humble.
Or this is what you do to express humility.
My friend, life will humble you. Life will humble you.
Yeah.
So you need to understand that life will teach you some of these things. So you need to be humble. You need to be respectful. That is something that, and teach yourself on how to do this thing. Then again, life will never teach you how to have skills. So things that you learn from yourself. You're never taught about this in a classroom.
Yeah.
No teacher will tell you that this is how you hold a camera.
Last week we were talking about the freshers we're having in school right now. Like no one will tell you that this is exactly how you edit. This is how you hold a camera. Like these are things unajituma. Yeah. You want to know, you want to have the skills, go to the lab.
As a lecturer, I'll come and tell you, when you edit, you're supposed to take this video, put it here, put it there.
Press G, Control M, plus M. I don't know. All those things.
Yeah, you're never taught until you start doing it for yourself. Yeah. You learn about it for yourself. That not everything is taught in class. Yeah.
Okay, my next point. I feel like this is relatable. Employment is not guaranteed, Gen Z. It is not guaranteed. Like
something.
You forgot.
So I've remembered something about it. Yeah.
Okay, you go to school. you go to university, you get your degree, you get your diploma, you get your certificate. Utoke huku nje, and you expect for you to get a job. The expectation is just fine, but you putting your hopes 100% that I have to get a job, I have to be employed for me to be successful. That's definitely wrong.
So now, true story. So I heard something from, I think it's one of these radio stations. They said that a Gen Z was invited for an interview. Then the Gen Z gave an excuse that I can't come
in a clash
na gym session yangu. So I'm like, these opportunities, some of these opportunities, you just let them go easily. Juya nonsense is, how do we call it? The stupid things that
excuses.
Yeah. Because
it's not making them excited, like, oh, I'm going to get a job.
My friend, it's not guaranteed. But if you get the opportunity to actually have it, use it.
Yeah.
That's something I feel. Use it. So, my other point.
Is it yours? Oh yeah.
So I think
that's the last one.
My last point.
Then my last one.
It's my last point.
Okay.
Relationships can work if you have very, very difficult and deep conversations. If you don't have these conversations, you'll keep on saying and telling people, oh, men are scam, oh, ladies are cheap and all that stuff. Things work when you have deeper conversations, when you talk about everything. You see, when I come to you and I tell you, okay, I want us to date, but before we date, let us put things in place, in order. I tell you, this is how I do my things, this is how you do your things. We talk about it. Then now find a way in which both of us won't feel like we don't matter.
Is it what? An
upper hand.
Whatever that is. Okay, I feel like I wouldn't talk about relationships as such.
Though relationships to me didn't only mean it's intimate ones. Friendships. Family. Even work relationships.
But I would like to
can work.
Yeah, I would like to talk about the serious relationships. I feel like most of the times we ignore the practicality of what we're talking about. I feel like that is what affects most marriages. I don't know about marriage, but I feel like now the practicality of what you talked about, that is the issue.
Yeah, so the thing is, we don't talk about these things. We assume. Then once we assume, it's like we're leaving out the point of this one can happen. Maybe what does the other person feel? Yeah. When we don't put that into consideration,
now
then
imagine
it fails easily.
When you are mekosana juu, we have the same resource factor, we can't have kids. Now I'd like to put that into a more practical situation. Now you didn't talk about the possibility of not being able to have children together. What about adoption? What about IVF? What about, it's very important for you to have like a big field of like imaginations or
in simple terms is when you have these talks, it opens your eyes to other things that maybe you hadn't thought of. And when you have these conversations, it helps you a lot in making decisions that will positively affect the type of relationship that you're having, whether it's intimate, whether it's family, whether it's friendship and all that. Yeah.
Then you can now start feeling unstoppable.
Your last point.
Okay, parents are irreplaceable no matter what happens or which truth happens. I feel like like you just have to love them.
Parents will always be parents.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever change. Whether they are dramatic, whether they're caring, whether they are dictators, parents.
And they still love you. That's the funniest part.
Yeah.
No matter how much they treat you or what
they want the best for you.
Yeah, they always feel like that's the best way they can show their affection. So it's like you're trying to understand. Okay.
Anyway, about that, let me add something.
Yeah, sure.
A point is that this goes to the Gen Zs specifically. The thing is, Gen Zs, we must understand that not everything that we believe in is believed by other generations, like the millennials and the other ones. most of our parents
I
don't
think that's
believe
why
in.
we clash.
Yeah, that is not the problem, because I believe in not following that the traditional system of things. Go to primary school, high school, university,
Or
get
that
a
you
job.
have, or that you have to date when you get to 27 or 28.
Exactly. You
when
don't have to
now
follow
you're
that.
being
So-
stable.
As a Gen Z, I'll say, oh, after high school, I want to start a job, I want to start a business, and all that. I want to date. That is how we Gen Zs usually believe things happen, right? Then our parents have a different way of the way they see things.
You know, I'll just be honest with you. There's no parent, or let me say, a smaller percentage of our parents really believe that you can be successful as an entrepreneur from the word go with your career without getting employed.
Just
Ati
it's
asikie
a
wewe
small
unasema
percentage
tu
that
ati
believe
wewe
in that.
hutaki kuandikwa kazi, you just want to be yourself. Like you will get a small percentage of parents.
It's only a small percentage that know that is a fact.
Yeah, because they
Wengine.
believe that stability comes with a job.
When you're employed. So, but anyways,
We still
it is,
love them.
they're
Yeah.
irreplaceable.
Ni wao ndo wako.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is it for me.
So that is it for today's episode. So don't forget to like,
Comment, subscribe, share.
share.
What are our
So our social media handles, Instagram, it's Let's Square It. TikTok,
Osina_254?
yeah, we're going to share the number that she was
That's what
talking
I'm watching.
about.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, we're going
remind
to
me.
talk about.
I
We're going to
will.
share. So see you in the next episode. Have a nice week.